Sign painters are like cats on top of the refrigerator. They are judging you from up there. They don't know how they got up there. They're not exactly sure how they're going to get down. That's kind of how it is when you're on a ladder, I guess, sometimes. Much scarier coming down. And then there should be a third reason that's even funnier, but I don't have one. This is all just in response to Camera Conspiracies, my favorite vlogger on YouTube, and his recent video about microphones. I think it was a Neewer USB podcasting microphone, and he compared it to a condenser microphone. And here, I have some points to make, that's all. I just think that the condenser microphone deserves its day in the sun, so to speak. Such a fan of Camera Conspiracies, I'm going to do a little bit of dumpster vlogging, and then I'm going to run across the street the way he does. I love those. Don't you love those? Since I do videos about old signs and they're often on a roadside like this, I find the condenser microphone does the absolute best job of tuning out all that traffic noise. Here comes a big truck. Big trucks like this really bother Kasey from Camera Conspiracies, but can we talk him into using a condenser microphone? If you put a windjammer deadcat thing on here, then it eliminates most of the popping sounds, the plosives. Please bring pizza around my house, please. But not all of the breathing. You gotta walk slow. That's another trick that Kasey from Camera Conspiracies does, is he actually walks slowly, and he really, I think, thinks his routes out really carefully before he does them. We're gonna check out the Mount Washington auto repair place. It's been cleaned up a little bit more. They've repaved, but there's still so much great patina. Don't you just want to buy this place? Don't you want to make it into a sign shop? Oh, it's kind of handsome in there. I'm kind of seeing it. But we're technically not in Mount Washington. Mount Washington is over there on the other side of the highway. The Jones Falls River is right there, and then the Jones Falls Expressway is on the other side of these buildings here. That was pedantic, I know. I was diagnosed as a pedant by Emily Flake back in college. She is a successful New York Times cartoonist. So is she funny? I don't know. It's kind of a class thing. Do you think New York Times cartoonists are funny? You know, there was a Seinfeld about that. A lot of people don't think they're funny. But it's kind of a class issue, really. I mean, if you think there's no downside at all to immigration, you probably think that Emily's funny. And if you don't, you're not going to think she's funny. Look, there's all kinds of noise happening over there. I have no idea how this is coming out, but with my little display on my DJI Action 4, I can tell that I'm just breaking into the orange on the little microphone indicator, so I think I'm in good shape. Oh, and I'm going to switch to that other audio beast right now. This is a really budget-friendly setup that anybody could find on Facebook Marketplace, and you can see how it rejects the traffic noise. It's not as good as the condenser mic, right? This is a microphone that it directs the sound. I guess it's supposed to capture sound from straight in front of the microphone, but this thing really satisfies a lot of the concerns that Kasey talks about. He's probably aware of it, whatever. I mean, he's got to use all that stuff that Mr. Winkleplex sends him, the internet lawyer. That guy's an obvious Fed, by the way. And this is where I would come if I was going to test for a microphone that rejects traffic noise. I mean, I'm walking across the Kelly Avenue Bridge towards Mount Washington right now, and I'm doing one of those things that really bothers Kasey. Right now, I'm shooting in the open gate, or as close to it as I can do on my old GoPro Hero 7 Black. Okay, another thing is we can just turn the camera around and keep talking because we're using external audio. My GoPro has some scratches on the lens. We're going to walk up. I'm not going to try to get any slow motion video of these geese or anything, but we'll just walk up towards them because that's a Camera Conspiracy-like thing to do. What up, geese? Say something, geese. Say something. These geese have nothing to say to me. They're taking a little bath right there. in a puddle. Sad. I'm going to give them some room, and I'm just going to walk underneath of the highway. Really, a setup like this satisfies a lot of Kasey's favorite things to complain about. Like, it has just a regular 1/4-inch stereo aux cable type of plug, but this vlogging rig has that. A lot of people might scoff. They might be like, wow, GoPro 7? What are you talking about, dude? That's from like 2018. Yeah, that's true, but this audio adapter works on GoPros up to, I think, Hero 13, which isn't that old. And Kasey really liked the 11. I could buy a GoPro 11, a new cage to put it in, and I could use this same audio adapter and microphone, and it would sound great. The crazy thing about this audio adapter is that it's really doing a lot for me. I looked it up with the AI, and it turns out that the GoPro audio adapter has a really high quality digital audio converter in it. It's doing some compression. It's like figuring a lot of things out that I don't have to worry about in the settings. I'm an automatic settings kind of guy. Okay, now here we've reached the highway. Route 83, the Baltimore to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania Expressway. Look, my microphone's pointed at it, but I'm talking to it, and we're on that bulletproof GoPro audio adapter. You're going to hear my voice, and you're going to hear a lot of the traffic noise. If we were on that other condenser mic that I use, which is a Ceramonic something or other, HMVXU digital mic, my voice just also wouldn't sound quite as good. This digital audio converter that GoPro made, it has a more natural sound. And I think if I had a different kind of microphone, rather than this video mic, which is a shotgun mic, a mini shotgun mic, like lots of different microphones can be plugged into it. I've never actually looked it up to find out if there's a condenser mic that I could plug in. When you use the Rode Video Micro, you've actually got to it bounces around too much on its little thing. This little thing, this mount, the microphone mount, does a great job of isolating the cable noise and, anything bouncing around, bumping against your camera. But it needs to be anchored nearby to really work. Otherwise, it shoots up and down. The Video Micro 2 or whatever, I think they solved that problem with the mount. It's got a mount that's twice as big, though. So that'll take up more room in your toolbox. Man, I wish I had some of those audio tracks that Kasey makes. They are so good. His original audio tracks really make the video. I've tried to find some, free stuff online because I'm not a musician. Like I said, I make my living on a ladder painting signs. And this is the best I've found so far for absolutely free. It's supposed to be absolutely free. Who knows? These things can change. And I got to be careful not to cut my feet on any of this rusty metal since I'm wearing Birkenstocks. Or Workenstocks, as I call them. And Kasey, if you've watched this far, thanks so much. I've really enjoyed all of your videos, even the one where you didn't give condenser mics their due. It would make me so happy if you'd walk around your new town in tropical Canada, Kingsville, with a condenser microphone, with a deadcat on top. By the way, the deadcat that I put on top of my condenser microphone, it isn't made by Ceramonic or for the Ceramonic microphone. It was made for the iPhone 13 mini. It's completely ineffective on the iPhone 13 mini because there's other microphones on it. It can cover up the bottom microphone, but it doesn't cover up the earpiece. And the earpiece works as a microphone. I know that if you had one, Kasey, that's one of the things you would find really annoying about an iPhone. It's making a lot of different choices for you automatically. One thing he said about the GoPro 7 that I saw recently, but I think he said it like 6 or 7 years ago, is he said that it had great natural colors. I shoot in all automatic settings, and this one, I know I have it on GoPro colors, not flat or natural colors, because I never do any grading. I do all my editing on a MacBook Pro from 2015. I really can't futz with the gigantic file sizes of 4K. I'm never going to do any color grading. Even if making YouTube videos became more of a thing for me, like if I made $1 off of it, I still don't think I would buy a mega computer. I would just get a newer MacBook Pro and stick with 1080p and in-camera color and stuff, and just work on the microphones. I have another dream microphone setup, which I'll describe now on my better camera, my newer camera. The great thing about driving an old Painty van is that you can just bang wood screws into the dashboard and it'll hold a microphone. As far as settings go, I put my DJI Action 4 in ultra wide, and I turned off rock steady, so it's just crazy 2-ass wide, as Kevin would say. Kasey, sorry Kasey. Like I said, I painted that. Very nice client. The owner's name is Jeffrey. Ooh, and I can just bang a Yui. Wow. Banging a Yui in Mount Washington. Technically, I'm not in Mount Washington. Did I say that? Did that make it into the edit before? Okay, so for me, painting murals is my thing. Vlogging is just something I do for fun. I've maybe earned a few clients out of doing lots and lots of Instagram reels, but maybe not. So my dream audio setup would start with the same microphone that Jimi Hendrix or Neil Young or anybody, the guy from Tame Impala, David Byrne would have sang into a Shure SM58 with a windjammer, because I have to, because of pops and because I'm out in the wind. I mean, this is what I do. The air conditioner doesn't work in this van, okay? The windows must be down this time of year. And then the Shure MXV2U or whatever, it's a digital audio converter that plugs right in. It draws power from the camera. And then I was thinking that I would use one of those professional audio cables, the kind that... But now I'm thinking that the USB cord cable is just fine. Ever since I discovered that the real problem with this microphone, the handling noise that comes with this ceremonic microphone, it doesn't come from the cable, it comes from my hand. Even slight hand movements on the shaft of the microphone, they shoot right into the camera. Listen. That's my hand. So my dream audio thing with the Shure microphone and the Shure audio converter, and that's about a $220 setup right there, by the way. That would eliminate most of that. The SM58 doesn't have much handling noise. It's built specifically so that someone's singing and holding the microphone, it gets their voice nicely. I like the way it sounds. Some say it sounds dark. I don't think so. Editor's note, see, I'm not doing anything special with the audio when I edit. I put everything into iMovie, and then I just make sure that some of them are loud enough. When I use this microphone, it records quietly. I have to turn the gain down on the camera so that I don't get that digital overload that makes you sound, it's terrible, it's unusable. All right, I've reached the end of my filming day. Thanks for watching. Kasey at Camera Conspiracies, I love your stuff. Please keep doing it. Do more microphone videos. I really loved it. Thanks. And by the way, if you have a recommendation for a different style microphone, like a handheld mic that could plug into with a 1/4-inch jack that could plug into the GoPro, leave it in the comments for me, please, because I haven't found one yet. Thanks. Thanks for watching me, Greg Gannon of the Baltimore Gannons, painter of signs and murals. And remember, my belly doesn't really look like that. That's just action camera distortion, okay? I actually look okay for a man my age who doesn't work out. That's what my lady says. So, keep watching. I'll try not to waste your time. I'll try to minimize that action camera distortion in the future. Maybe I'll use my fancy Sony NEX 5N. I mean, it's not fancy by, everybody's standards, but I don't think you'll notice. I think you'll think that it looks really good. I'll get around to using it one of these days. It's a lot more trouble than the action cameras. Action cameras are so easy. Fun. They're fun. That's what lots of us people claim to be after, having fun.